welcome back to the Fig Heel YouTube channel, and it is time for my top 10, or should I say bottom 10 list of, I don't want to say the worst figures of 2021, but these are my least favorite figures of 2021 that we're going to go over. But also in 2021 was my Ultimate Wrestling figure checklist, and that's what we're going to sponsor this video with. I actually had somebody recently say on one of the videos that nobody would buy this book because nobody wants to be told what to buy. So I think there's a little bit of a miscommunication of the point of this book, and it became a #1 bestseller, so there's a lot of people that understand. But for those of you that don't, if you want to get your collection insured, you need to have a inventory of what you have. And this is what this is for. They want to know exactly what you have, how much you paid, how much it's worth, and that's what this is really going to help you do. It took me 2 years to compile this, and the main reason I compiled it was so I could get my collection insured. So if you want to get your collection insured, this will save you a lot of time, and that is the point of the book, to keep track of what you have, what you want, and what you need. This is not a book of me telling you what you should buy. I don't know why somebody thought that, but that's not the point of this book. The point of this book is for your collection, for you to decide what you want to do with it, what you need, and what you want to get. So, Ultimate Wrestling Figure Checklist, available now on Amazon.com in hardcover, paperback, and Kindle. So, there's that. But, so if you guys hear a little humming, I'm doing my laundry right now, actually. So, buzzer might go off during this video. So this is my top 10 least favorite figures of 2021. I hate people, like when I do this list, I am not a big fan of hating on a action figure, somebody's work, because I do think that there's some great work out there. But let's be honest, there's always going to be stuff that's not great, right? There's always going to be stuff that we don't like. There's always going to be stuff that I buy that I'm like, man, I wish this was better. I wish this was changed. And that's what's on this list, okay? I want you to comment below and let me know your least favorite or your worst figures of 2021. But these are mine, okay? And we're going to start off with number 10. And I want to preface this by saying I actually love this figure, but there's something about it that I just can't look past. And that's why it's number 10 on the list. And that is Elite... I'm sorry, wrong figure. Elite 86. This is number 10 on the list. Triple H. Now, I'm sure you already know what I'm going to say before I even say it. I love this figure. This is the SummerSlam set. My favorite color is purple, and one of my favorite figures growing up to play with was the Jakks BCA fully loaded Triple H in this gear, because they nailed it, okay? They put the shiny, sparkly style tights on Trips. Like, as you can see, they're supposed to be kind of shiny, right? They're supposed to have a sheen to them. They're supposed to have almost like sparkles in them. And they nailed it. Jakks did. Mattel did not. Okay? I'm okay with the head. I love that he has a DX shirt, interchangeable hands, crotch chop hands. You know, it's an Elite, can't go wrong. I love the gear. They've done it in basic. They've done it in Masters Universe. I love it every time. They've done it in a retro. Love it every time. They still never nailed it and made it shiny. Look at those tights. They're flat. Flat purple. I wish that it was shiny, and that's why it's on here. Every time I look at this figure, I'm like, man, it just could have been so much better. It could have been so great. But it is what it is. I do love, though, that he comes with this water bottle. However, the only thing that would have made this better, and I hope one day they actually do update it and they do make it better, and they do give him that shine on the pants, because I think that would make this a all-time great Triple H. However, when the pants aren't done correctly, it kind of makes it a not so great figure, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, but this is my number 10, Elite 86 Triple H. And next up is Elite Series 82, Rob Gronkowski. It's cool, you know. He comes with the Gronkmania jacket. He comes with his 24/7 title. Comes with the WWE microphone, and he comes with sunglasses. However, I just feel like they gave him a figure over people who probably deserved one more or sooner. And that's okay, I get it, he's got star power. But the face, to me, is just horrible. They were going for this look, but they made his face super long. It's super awkward, and it's kind of creepy. It looks like something from Puppet Master to me. It's very creepy. I don't like the face and how they did it. It honestly, like, creeps me out. Like, the eyes are really bugging out. The nose is super long, which, don't get me wrong, he has a big nose. I get it. Huge mouth. I get he has a big mouth, but he has exaggerated features as it is, and they over-exaggerated them. In my opinion, on this face, it's not my favorite, but it's a first time in the line, and the only Gronk wrestling figure probably that we'll ever get. So how could I not get it, right? Yeah, this is my number 9. Elite 82, Rob Gronkowski from this year. And of course, it's not just wrestling figure, WWE figures on my worst list, my least favorite list, whatever you want to call it. I love AEW, and there's definitely some AEW figures on here, guys. And number 8 is an AEW figure from Unmatched Series 1. It is Miro. And probably not for the reason that, like, a lot of people would say. A lot of people don't like the arms. They say the arms are way too long. I get it. They do look a little long, but, I mean, I also don't think they're out of proportion with him. He does kind of have some long arms, to be honest with you. A lot of people don't like the head. I don't think the head's bad at all. I think it looks just like Miro, you know, his screaming face. I don't really think the head's that bad, to be honest with you. Okay? I really, really don't. I think it looks like him. Now, I don't like screaming head scans. I would have preferred a neutral head. However, I do not think that this is bad at all. The head is not bad in my opinion. The reason he's on here is this is a man who is heavily hairy. And they left the hair off of his chest. You know, he's a hairy dude. Like, look at that. Look at the hair on his chest. They released this figure, or I should say they updated it with a running change, and they updated the outline on his trunks, on his shorts. They made it light yellow to like a gold. However, they didn't update the chest hair. I don't understand. And he's not the only AEW figure that's missing chest hair. There's a couple. Some others that are probably on this list. But I don't understand why they leave it off. It's an easy thing to add on. You know, he has tattoos. They've done deco. Give the people who have hairy chests. It makes it more realistic. To me, it just sticks out the sore thumb on Miro, though, more than others. So that's why he's number 8 on the list. And number 9 is also an AEW figure. It is AEW Series 3 Rio. When this figure came out, I was very vocal about why I wasn't a fan of it. I think the head is a little silly. I think they really made my girl look a little goofy. I understand they were probably going for this face, but instead, it just looks very cartoonish. You know, it doesn't look realistic. It doesn't look like a humanized face. It's very, very cartoonish. Sorry about the ring right there. And it doesn't work for me. It's a no for me, dog. But if that was it probably would be lower on the list. However, they botched the belt, which I was very vocal about from the beginning. It was the main thing that stood out to me. A belt is supposed to represent a company, right? And this is the women's title belt, championship, whatever you want to call it in today's society. And the logo for the company it represents is blurred. It's a big blob. AEW, it is not the AEW logo. They could have easily, it's hard to see, but if you own it, you know what I'm talking about. It's the A, the E, and the W all blur together. There's no detail in it. There's no lines in the E to establish that it's an E. It just looks like a big blob. Same thing with the A. There's no dot in the middle to establish that it's an A. Like this. It doesn't look like this. Okay? There's no lines in the E to establish it's an E. There's no dot in the middle of the A to establish it's an A. You know, the W doesn't even have the crevices on the bottom, really. This crevice. It's just a big blur. And it's so fine. I get that that's why it's probably harder. But look at that. They definitely could have done a better job on it. And hopefully in time they will. But so far they really haven't updated it too well. But that's my number 7, Riho. And next up is the only figure on the list that I've opened, and it's loose, and it's from Basic Series 120, and I'm sure you already know what it is. It is bald Shawn Michaels. Everybody says that it looks like Nick Gage. I kind of see it, but whether it looks like Nick Gage or not, I think we can all agree that it's really not a great likeness of Shawn. Plus, I'm not really sure why we even got a bald Shawn Michaels to begin with. From the one match, I thought it was kind of unnecessary. I also think that they made the tattoo on his arm way too big and way too low on the arm. But, again, we can look past that, right? We can't look past this head. Now I get it. Let's all make jokes about Shawn's eyes, but they really messed him up. They're looking straight up. The teeth, it looks like he has dentures in. Looks like he has no bottom teeth. He's got his tongue out like he's it doesn't work. I don't know what they were thinking doing this. His forehead also looks very, very big to me. It's like almost like they made his head too big on the top. You know, he looks like Megamind almost. I don't really know what they were thinking, and it's really not a great figure for Shawn. So that's number, is that 6? Series 120 Shawn Michaels. And number 5, man, some of you guys like this figure. I get it because it's a flashback. I get all the flashbacks, and I'm still looking for the chase of this figure. However, Series 88 Trish Stratus is definitely my number 5. I've wanted a TNA Trish for a long time. We got one, and I feel like they really botched her face. Trish is a very, very attractive woman, and they really just made... This looks like more like Pamela Anderson to me than it does Trish Stratus. It looks more like a faux Barbie doll than it does Trish Stratus. The head looks... Not only does it look nothing like her, and they like... It also looks super thin. I love the gear. I love the entrance gear, the hat, all that. But this head just isn't it, man. Like, what the heck were they thinking? It doesn't look like her to me. And I've had some people say, oh, in person it looks much better. I got it in person and I just don't see it. You know, she has huge eyes on the figure. Whereas she does have larger eyes as a woman, but they're not that big. She has big lips, but they're not that big. You know? One thing I'll say about the face is they really nailed her eyebrows. Nailed her eyebrows. But yeah, I'm not a fan of this figure, the way the head looks. I prefer the other Trish heads over this one. Number 4 is a collector's edition from Walmart. Michael P.S. Hayes, and there's a reason this is on here. I was looking so forward to getting a Michael P.S. Hayes figure. I love, you know, the Fabulous Freebirds. However, this is what we got. Michael P.S. Hayes in red plain trunks, red boots, black knee pads. We got repurposed Gronk sunglasses and a Bad Street t-shirt. You're talking about a guy who is known for wearing flamboyant outfits throughout the majority of his career. You know, capes, robes, hats, you name it. This is somebody who had some great color in his gear. I feel like Mattel took the cheap way out, threw red plain trunks on him, called it a day. I really think that we deserve a much different version of Michael P.S. Hayes in this. Now, don't get me wrong. I think the head's awesome. They did give him chest hair, something that AEW didn't give to Miro. They did give him a cool Bad Street t-shirt, but a Bad Street t-shirt doesn't make up for getting a plain gear Michael P.S. Hayes. Now, I'm not saying he didn't wear this. You can find pictures of him wearing this gear. My point is, this is somebody who's had some really cool gear, some really colorful gear that would be toyetic and make it really pop off the shelf, and I think we deserved that, and we didn't get it. I'm hoping we get another Michael P.S. Hayes down the line, but only time will tell. But this isn't satisfying my Michael P.S. Hayes action figure craving, is what I should say. That's why this is number 4, because I really think that we could have gotten a much better one, and I do have faith in Mattel that they could do a bang-up job on Michael P.S. Hayes. We're going to do numbers 3 and 2 together, because they kind of go together, and I'm sure after I show you number 3, you're going to understand why. Number 3 is AEW Unrivaled Series 7, Cash Wheeler, and number 2 is AEW Series 7, Dax Harwood. Now, both of these guys are guilty of not having the chest hair that they're supposed to, just like Miro, unfortunately. However, the reason they're on here, I'm sure you can figure out, is the heads. Cash Wheeler's head, awful. These are 2 of the worst heads, in my opinion, in the AEW line. A lot of people didn't like Pac. I didn't mind Pac. This is awful. Not only does this not look like Cash Wheeler to me, it looks so generic. There's no detail in his face, no detail in like anything on his face to really set him apart from just being a guy with a beard, you know? But the head is also too small. It looks way too small on his head to me, on his body to me. The gear's cool. I like the jacket, very cool. But he's also missing wrist tape on his right side. And I've had people say that it's supposed to be that way, and I've had other people say that it's not supposed to be that way. In the picture here, he doesn't have it on his right side, so I don't know. But the main reason he's here is that head. It's just woof to me. And then we get to Dax. And I don't even know who the hell this head is. It's definitely not a scan of Dax. I mean, it doesn't look anything like him. The shape of the beard doesn't even match his beard. It's the figure, it's like low cut, kind of like mine. His is much higher cut on his beard. What? Who is this? When I saw the early, what are they called? Leaks of these, I was like, oh man, they gotta fix that. They're definitely gonna fix it. They fixed hardwood on his box, but these heads are awful, man. I am not a fan. Not a fan. So these are my numbers 3 and 2. Number 3 is Cash Wheeler. Number 2, Dax Harwood. And number 1, man, I don't know how this is gonna go. Some of you guys probably aren't gonna like this, but to me, this figure as a whole is just a total botch, a total woof. And that is Elite 87, first time in the line, Candice LeRae. Listen, I think Candice, she's a cute enough woman. Laundry's done. But man, this friggin' head scan is woof. It is not attractive. She looks like a ghoul. The amount of eye makeup on her far supersedes what she actually has on in this picture. The shade of her lipstick is so dark that she literally looks like a ghoul. She looks like she's a living dead person. But then I look at the body, and it looks so disproportionate. Like these legs. are so funky looking and stubby looking. The whole thing just doesn't go together. And I'm big on body proportions. I pay attention to that. You know, I work in fitness, and so seeing how short and stubby her femur is, and the quadricep, and then seeing like the super skinny arms, it's just way off. Like, they made her quads way too thick. You know, she's in great shape, this woman, in real life, but they really botched her body on this figure. And they botched her face, and she looks really rough. They included wrinkles on her face that aren't in the picture, and it makes her just look older. To me, this looks nothing like Candice LeRae, and I really think they really did Candice LeRae a super disservice in her first action figure. It's kind of sad because it doesn't look like her to me. It's really, I just think that this is easily, in my opinion, the worst executed action figure of 2021, and I've thought it since I saw the prototype images. I've thought it since it got released, and I've thought it since I got it in hand. My opinion of this has not changed whatsoever, not once, no matter what anybody says. I think that this is just not a great execution from start to finish. And I pray that she gets another figure and they really do, right this wrong. Because I think that if this is her only figure, it's a bummer, because it's really not a good one. Really not nice. So, let's go through the list again. Number 10 is Elite 86 Triple H. SummerSlam, the not shiny pants. Number 9 is Elite 82 Gronkowski, because why, and why does he look like that? He's freaky looking. Doesn't look like my man Gronk. Number 8, Unmatched Series 1 Miro. Where the chest hair at? Number 7, Unrivaled Series 3 Rio. What's up with that face? And we gotta fix that title, Jazzwares. Let's fix that title, please. Let's get it right. You know, it's 2021, soon to be 2022. I know that we can get some fine detail on those titles. Number 6, is Series 120 Basic Bald Shawn. Number 5, Elite 88 Trish Stratus. Not a fan of the face, but I do think that the rest of the figure, they did a swell job. Number 4, Collector's Edition Store Exclusive Michael Hayes. Numbers 3 and 2, FTR from Series 7 Unrivaled. Man, those heads are just, ugh. And they don't have chest hair. And number 1, Elite 87 Candice LeRae. Hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment below, let me know your bottom 10 of 2021. And we'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to pick up the Ultimate Wrestling Figure Checklist. See you soon, guys. Take it easy. Happy New Year. Are you a wrestling figure collector? Of WWE Mattel, AEW Jazzwares, and everything in between? Then you need Fig Heel's Ultimate Wrestling Figure Checklist, a 500-plus page guide to over 40-plus years of wrestling figure collecting. As heard on the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, it features WWE, WWF, WCW, ECW, TNA, NJPW, AEW, Ring of Honor, AWA, Dragon Gate, CMLL, AJPW, AAA, and more. Professionally organized so you can keep track of mock, loose, value, and much more. Fig Heel's Ultimate Wrestling Figure Checklist, available now on Amazon.com. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at FigHeel. Check out my book series on Amazon and my merchandise on ProWrestlingTees.com/FigHeel. Head over to Heroes Hideout for all your figure needs and use code FigHeel at checkout to save 10%.